Hi everybody, today I'm on Queen Street West and I'm going to take you to one of the oddest houses in Toronto, another one. This one is called the Half House in Toronto and it's just around the corner from where I am on Queen Street West, so let's go have a look. So I'm on St. Patrick Street, just north of Queen Street West, and I'm going to be walking towards what is known as the Half House in Toronto. And this house was built somewhere between 1890 and 1893. And back in the late 1800s, it actually was a part of 6 rows of houses. But as the value of Toronto improved, a holding company called Windlass Holdings Limited came onto this street and started buying up property so that they could develop this street. And this street used to be known as Dummer Street, and then it was changed to William Street, and now it is known as St. Patrick Street. So when the holding company came in to buy up the properties here, they bought up all the row of houses across the street here, and there were 6 of them. And back in the late 1800s, the numbering on the streets was what we would consider odd now. And so they had house number 52, 54 and a half, 54, 56, 58, and 60. And all but one of these row houses decided to sell to the developer. So the house we're coming up on right now is the holdout house. And believe me, folks, it is so interesting because there is no photoshopping here. This house is actually half a house. And it's just across the street here. And when the developer came in, they really wanted to buy 54 and a half. And they couldn't. So basically, they demolished every row house around this house. And they had to do it with such precision because if they so much as damaged this home, then they'd be on the hook. And they did it with such precision, folks. This is the half house right in front of me. And when the demolishers came in, they literally removed every row house around this house. So the building on the left of the screen here attached to this half house is actually a new development. The only original home from this time period is 54 and a half. And as you walk north along this street, you will see the wall that has since been painted. But it used to be the interior wall separating the row houses from each other. And the developer came in and tore that other half of the row house down. And so this here is now the exterior wall of this row house. And this row house has undergone renovations. The owner at the time who owned this house said that the developer had contacted them over 300 times in 1 year just to purchase, but they held out. And you don't see too many homes like this. It literally does look like it's half a house here. And the building beside it is an apartment building. Doesn't look that fancy. I'll give you a better shot of this across the street. And from what I've read, this house may actually be on the market again. And there is no heritage status for this house. So any development, they would be allowed to demolish this home. Quite an interesting little street, and very interesting little half home here. I've never seen anything like it. As I'm looking north along here, you got a lot of new development happening. But you still got a little bit of history on this street. Another odd house in Toronto, folks.